Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like your body was slowly changing, not in a dramatic way, but in the kind of subtle shift that makes you wonder if something deeper is going wrong? I'll never forget the words of a 74-year-old patient who sat across from me, his voice quiet, almost embarrassed. "Doc, I'm not broken, but I'm not me anymore." This wasn't about heart disease or blood pressure or cholesterol. This was about something far more personal: erections that felt weaker, desire that faded without warning, a slow erosion of the confidence that once made him feel like a man. Men over 60 assume this is just part of aging. But what if I told you it might not be your age at all? What if I told you the fruit you eat every evening could be slowly damaging your manhood from the inside out? I know that sounds shocking. As a urologist with over 30 years of experience, I've seen this pattern play out more times than I can count. And the culprit is often something completely unexpected: a hidden condition called penile fibrosis, the silent scarring of the erectile tissue. The most troubling part: most men never hear about it until it's too late. In today's article, I'll walk you through 5 common fruits that may be triggering this dangerous process, and 5 powerful alternatives that can actually protect and strengthen your manhood naturally, without pills or invasive treatments. If you're a man over 60 or care about one, you to read every word. And if you want more science-backed, heart-led advice like this, make sure to follow this channel and turn on the notifications, because your story isn't over and your body still wants to fight for you. Let's give it that chance. Part 1. The 5 fruits that can harm your manhood after 601. Citrus fruits: oranges, lemons, lime. Citrus fruits are often praised for their high vitamin C content and their refreshing, tangy flavor. But for men over 60, especially when consumed in the evening, they can quietly wreak havoc. Citrus fruits contain high levels of citric acid, which lowers the pH of your urine, making it more acidic. For younger men, this isn't usually a problem. But with age, the lining of the bladder and the delicate tissues surrounding the urethra and penis become more sensitive and less tolerant of acidity. Here's where it gets dangerous: that acidic environment can begin to irritate the bladder wall and the erectile tissue base. At first, you won't feel anything. No pain, no warning. But night after night, that irritation builds, and your body responds in the only way it knows how: by laying down scar tissue. That's the start of penile fibrosis, a slow, silent scarring process that can lead to decreased rigidity and curvature during intimacy and eventually erectile dysfunction that doesn't respond to medication. To reduce the risk, avoid citrus fruits after PM. They're fine in moderation. Just be mindful of timing. Your body still deserves the nutrients, but not the damage. 2. Pineapple is a tropical treat that seems almost too healthy to question. It's light, sweet, and packed with digestive enzymes, notably bromelain. While bromelain can help break down proteins, it also stimulates the gut, especially in older adults whose digestion has naturally slowed. Here's the issue: when you eat pineapple after dinner, bromelain activates your intestines at a time when your body is preparing to rest. This increased gut activity creates internal pressure, a subtle but persistent strain that presses down on the bladder, prostate, and the base of the penis. Over time, this low-grade inflammation and pressure reduce blood flow to the penis and trigger tissue breakdown. As the tissue heals from this repeated insult, scarring begins. Once penile fibrosis sets in, it doesn't go away on its own. Many men believe they're doing the right thing by swapping dessert for pineapple. But if you're over 60, I suggest switching to a more calming fruit at night, one that soothes rather than stirs. 3. Grapes, especially cold and skin-chilled grapes in the evening, may seem harmless. They're sweet, antioxidant-rich, and a popular bedtime snack. But there's a hidden risk for older men. Grapes ferment quickly in the gut, especially when digestion is slower, as it often is at night, and with age, this fermentation leads to gas and bloating, and that's where the danger lies. That pressure doesn't stay in the belly. It radiates downward into the pelvic floor, affecting the prostate, bladder, and penile tissues. Moreover, grape skins, particularly those on red and black grapes, are tougher to digest. When they sit undigested for too long, they aggravate the lower gut and contribute further to pelvic tension. Over time, this can cause irritation and even microscopic damage to the erectile chambers. I recommend shifting grapes to your morning or midday meal. Peel them if possible and let them reach room temperature before eating. It's not about avoiding fruit, it's about understanding how and when your body can best handle it. 4. Mixed citrus juices, especially in the morning. A glass of fresh juice first thing in the morning sounds like the perfect health habit, but it may be more harmful than helpful. The problem? When you juice citrus fruits like orange, lemon, and kiwi, you remove the fiber that buffers their acid and sugar. This creates a concentrated beverage that floods your system with acidity and sugar spikes, both of which can irritate your urinary tract and worsen inflammation in the pelvic region. Over time, this daily exposure accelerates the scarring process within the erectile chambers. If you enjoy juice, consider diluting it or choosing non-citrus alternatives. Or better yet, eat the whole fruit in moderation, with the fiber intact. It's gentler, slower absorbing, and far safer for your intimate health. 5. Raw tomatoes, especially when consumed frequently in salads or with dinner, may be silently harming your urinary and erectile tissues. Why? They contain oxalic acid, a compound that contributes to the formation of microscopic crystals in urine. For aging kidneys and sensitive bladders, these crystals can be deeply irritating. You may not notice any discomfort at first, but that irritation builds slowly. The result? Inflammation, tissue stress, and eventually fibrosis in the surrounding erectile structures. I advise steaming or lightly cooking tomatoes if you enjoy them with dinner. This reduces oxalate activity and makes them easier to digest. Small adjustments like this can prevent years of damage. Part 2. The 5 fruits that can help protect you. 1. Bananas are often overlooked as simple, 2. Ordinary, but their benefits for aging men are anything but ordinary. Bananas are low in acid and high in potassium. Potassium helps relax smooth muscles, including those in the bladder and around the penis. It also counteracts sodium-induced water retention, reducing pelvic bloating and pressure. 1 medium banana in the evening, about an hour after dinner, can make a quiet yet powerful difference. I've seen men report better sleep, fewer nighttime urinations, and a return of morning erections, all from this humble fruit. 2. Papaya is a soft, calming, digestion-friendly fruit that does more than just ease your belly. It contains papain, a natural enzyme that helps break down food and reduce digestive stress. Papaya also has a gentle alkalizing effect on the body, crucial for men over 60. A less acidic pelvic environment means less irritation, better tissue repair, and stronger blood flow. When your gut relaxes, your pelvic floor follows. That opens the door to improved erectile function and fewer disruptions at night. Enjoy a slice of ripe papaya about 30 minutes after dinner. Not cold, not mixed with dairy, just plain and ripe. Give your body the space to heal, and it will respond. 3. Pears are rich in sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that draws water into the intestine and supports regular bowel movements. Constipation is a major source of pressure in the lower abdomen, and that pressure directly affects your prostate, bladder, and penis. By gently sweeping your gut clean, pears reduce pelvic strain and inflammation. Their soft fiber and low acid profile make them ideal for men who experience bloating, frequent urination, or fatigue in the lower body. I suggest eating 1 clean, ripe pear in the late afternoon before dinner. It's a small act with big consequences for your pelvic health. 4. Watermelon. Many men stop eating watermelon thinking its high water content will increase nighttime urination. But that's a misunderstanding. Watermelon is rich in L-citrulline, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide levels and improves blood vessel dilation, essential for healthy erections. It also contains lycopene, which helps reduce inflammation in the prostate and surrounding tissue. The key is timing. Eat watermelon before p.m., at room temperature. Avoid cold, sugary bowls at night. When used wisely, this fruit can be 1. of the most potent natural aids to penile health. 5. Guava. Guava is a quiet powerhouse. It's rich in vitamin C more than citrus fruits, but without the bladder-irritating acids. It supports prostate health, reduces oxidative stress, and calms the urinary tract. For men over 60, guava provides a gentle, strengthening effect on the pelvic region. Eat it peeled, plain, and not overripe, ideally in the late afternoon. No milk, no salt, just guava. Let it work in silence. Conclusion: the quiet fight for strength. You don't need another prescription. You don't need a miracle pill. What you need is permission to believe that your body can still work, still feel, still be a source of joy and connection. You've now learned how certain fruits, innocent as they may seem, can lead to a condition most men never hear about: penile fibrosis. But more importantly, you've learned how to fight back. With bananas, papayas, pears, watermelon, and guava, you can support your body in the way it needs most, gently, consistently, and naturally. And if even one of these stories spoke to you, I hope you'll leave a comment. Let me know what helped. Let me know what you're going through. Because this isn't just about fruit. It's about reclaiming your vitality one quiet choice at a time. And if you believe this message could help a friend, a father, a brother, share it. You never know whose life you might change. Finally, if you want more videos and articles like this made with care, backed by science, and led by compassion, please subscribe and hit the bell. This is Dr. James Rowen, and I'll see you in the next one.